Planet Zoo, Planet Zoo, it's time to play Planet Zoo. Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Zoo. This is Martini 4. We're back here at Talbot National Zoo, and we are working on our Herpetarium. Again, I've modeled this after the St. Louis Zoo. It's a huge, old classical style building. I have no idea when it was built, but probably back when the zoo first opened. It was part of what's called Historic Hill. So I'm pretty sure it was probably one of the first things built. So you can imagine the style that it's in. I use primarily the limestone pieces for the exterior, and for this part here, which is a giant indoor planter, which is kind of what the building is kind of based around. There's these giant planters with sunroofs over them right in the middle of the walkway, and then all the exhibits and stuff are around the outside. And actually, I believe at the actual St. Louis Zoo, some of the middle parts here have maybe like some turtles or something in them. I don't remember completely, but it seems like there were some sort of animal within the middle planter area on some parts. So just trying to get the foundation laid out here. I did go and I kind of built it first in sandbox mode, just so I could get an idea of the scale. I didn't build the whole thing. I just kind of started it out with all the exhibit boxes. My plan for this was to use every reptile and amphibian in the game in this one building. So all the exhibit, all of the habitat animals that are reptiles or amphibians are going to be included here. So yeah, in sandbox mode, I went through and put down all of the exhibits that I would need, just to get an idea of how big I'd need the building and kind of get a basic layout before I started filming it and everything. So now, starting out with I have two areas basically. One is kind of like the tropical rainforest, which is what we're working on here. And then the next room where the other planter is going to be more the desert kind of biome. So this episode is just focused on the rainforest area here, and just kind of building up. I wanted to have like a little stream with a waterfall running through it right there. Try to just make just a small waterfall, nothing too big, too tall or anything. I imagine that the water would just kind of run down to the other end and then be pumped back up to the beginning there. And I put a few rocks and stuff in the middle just to kind of give it that look like the water is actually running. And then there's my drains where the water would drain into and then go back up. Again, putting down some some pathways, just still working on the basic layout of everything. I do go back and I end up covering all the pathways with, it's basically the same wood pattern, but there's some areas you can see at the end there I couldn't get the path to line up with it exactly, so I just cover it all with the floor pieces, and you can't even tell that the path doesn't go there. So yeah, I really fell in love with these lipstick palms. I don't know why I never noticed them before, but yeah, they're really cool looking. I wanted something kind of tall here because there's going to be a big like sunroof, glass roof right there, but I didn't want it to be too tall. So but yeah, I still wanted it to be really packed full of plants. And if you've ever been to the St. Louis Zoo and you've seen this area, you'll know what it's like. It's just a full jungle with inside this building. Yeah, it's really cool. Really warm to go into, especially during the summer, because they keep the temperature regulated, which would make sense. A lot of fish keepers do that as well. If they have a lot of tanks, they'll keep the room at a certain temperature so they don't have to heat individual tanks or, exhibit boxes and stuff. So if everything is at the kind of the same humidity and heat, it helps bring down the power bills. So here, working on the first exhibits. These are the iguanas. I have both the green and the what is it, the Antillean iguana? I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, I really don't come prepared, do I? Let me look it up here real quick. And my really quick is not quick at all. Yeah, the lesser Antillean iguana. That's right. So the green iguana is on the left side of the screen. The lesser Antillean iguana is on the right. And then in between, I just kind of, made it look like they have a bigger habitat than what they actually do. So trying to just plant it and kind of make it look like each one carries over into the next one. The backgrounds there, I just used the backgrounds that were the ones for the actual exhibits. I just used the screens and then used that picture, which when you do it on the screen, it ends up looking lighter than what the actual one is. Later on, in other areas where I do the same thing, I just put screens all the way across, even in the exhibit itself, so then everything blends together seamlessly. Yeah, just trying to, I don't know if I'm putting this plant up the right direction. Like I said before, I've never been sure on how that one is supposed to go, so I just gave it a shot. If someone knows for sure and wants to comment if I did it right or if it's upside down or whatever, let me know. That would be awesome. Throwing down some leaf litter, just kind of trying to blend everything together here, and almost done with that. And then putting in the glass, it didn't really line up exactly. I always had a little bitty gap, no matter where I went. So I left the gap in the middle and just decided to kind of split this, even though I wanted it to just look like one giant habitat or exhibit. the glass wasn't cooperating with me. So I just split it up with a piece of plaster in the middle. And then I had to figure out what to do with the actual window here. So just kind of, I wanted it to look nice. Didn't want it to just be a plain wall. So after I get these little information boards in, I put all of them above the habitat or the exhibit. Jeez. And then I trim all of the window areas with these thin boards. Yeah, I think it made it look really nice, and I don't know, it really makes it stand out. So I end up doing this with every single exhibit, which took a long time. I tried to copy and paste a lot of it, but they weren't all the same size. So after messing around with a couple of them, I ended up just going by, piece by piece and just putting everything in. Here I'm putting up a bunch of information boards. I did just go online and grab a bunch of stuff that talks about each different kind of animal, different kind of information and stuff. So it wasn't just all the same things up here on the walls that the game provides you with. But yeah, after doing it a few times and using Canva and stuff to get the right sizes and everything, I got pretty quick at it. Here at the iguana sign, I saw I believe it was Gunther Gaming. He did this with the signs to kind of make it look 3D, but not the huge 3D. So I decided to give it a shot, and I think it looks really cool, especially with the green, white, and black that I have here. The way I'm doing it right now is kind of the long way of doing it. I do it again with the constrictor sign, and I kind of mess it up, and I'll show you it when I get there. But then I don't know why I didn't think of just grouping all the letters together and copying and pasting and all that good stuff, which made it a lot faster and easier to do. So here, there's a lot to get through in this episode. I did have a little backstage up area. So I have some staff doors all around, with some staff rooms and the keeper huts behind all of the exhibits. And I actually do put in staff paths leading to all of the exhibits. Not that it's really necessary, but I just thought it'd be cool, look nice. Here you'll notice I messed up the signs, put them on the wrong buildings, so I had to swap those around. And here we're continuing with the frogs, the bullfrog and the Goliath frog on this side, and then the side opposite will be our the poison frogs, the colorful ones. I tried to kind of keep everything grouped together by species, not really species, but you know what I'm saying, like the the same type of animals. I don't have like a turtle and a frog next to each other. Kind of try to keep them together. I was gonna kind of keep everything together by region, but there's so much diversity, like with the desert style and kind of swamp and rainforest, that I decided to do it this way, which I think it turned out really good. Here I'm just kind of showing how I do this little corner here. I do start to cut a lot of this out because it is very tedious and kind of the same stuff over and over. But I wanted to show, you know, if you do decide to do something like this in your zoo, you'll see how I was able to make the corners and different things like that. If you watch really close, I messed this up. Instead of copying it, I just pull that piece down. I do go back. I realize that I did that, and I fix it off camera. But yeah, I also put trim all the way around the floor. You might notice that the walls don't go all the way down to the floor, and I'm not 100% sure why. I had their terrain all leveled out and everything, but yeah, I'm not sure. The walls just didn't go all the way down, so that was just another good reason to put the trim around the floor, which helped make it look even better. And here, I've raised the exhibit up just to kind of give it a different look to it. I didn't want everything to just be all at floor level. You go into these places and there's tons of different sized exhibits and little holes in the wall that you look into to see stuff. So I kind of wanted to give it that feel, even though all of our boxes are the same size. So some of them I raise up. I honestly don't know if they're accessible, if the guests will actually go and look into them or not. I haven't had a lot of guests come to this area yet. So yeah, that's something I'll have to keep my eye on and let you guys know. But yeah, like I said, in the background, just in case they weren't accessible, I did put staff paths leading up to them in the back so that they could still be taken care of by the keepers. Then over here are like the poison frogs. I put two of the exhibits together and just try to kind of match them up, make them look like one large exhibit, even though there's two different species in it. And yeah, I really like the education boards above them instead of just standing on the floor. I'm sure I'm not the first person to do that, but looking at pictures and videos of stuff of the Herpetarium at St. Louis, a lot of the education stuff is above the exhibits, so just trying to copy that. And then I decided to put in some little stairs. The little wildlife safari we have out here in Oregon, their outdoor exhibits have little platforms for kids to stand on so they can actually see into the exhibits and stuff. So I figured I'd make a couple of those, place them around. Just give it that extra little bit of detail. It kind of fills up the space, so it's not just, you know, a blank floor. And then I do a lot of decorating on the walls and stuff, just trying to make it a little more interesting to look at. By the end of this episode, you'll see a couple of blank walls that I do go back and fill in with things, and I'll show it in a final walkthrough. Yeah, this is a huge project I've been working on for about a week, probably a little more than a week now. Yeah, almost nonstop. And really the only plan I had was to make it look like the one in St. Louis. Everything's just kind of falling together, and yeah, it's actually looking really good. Here, putting in the bathrooms. Gotta have a place for the guests to use the bathroom in here. So I just put it down a little corridor off of one of the entrances. Put up a couple of signs so you can see it from each direction. I do go back, and I think I put some arrows up there too. But yeah, this whole build is gonna be a few episodes long. I tried to get, well, this video is going to have the whole rainforest room here, and then I'll see how to split up the other videos. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I forgot to hit the record button on, so we'll see how that goes. You saw the axolotl go in over there, and now this part is, I believe they're the newts. I don't remember which ones these are. I think that's what they are. But yeah, just trying out some different things. This one I decided to split up and make it look like there's 3 different exhibits on this wall instead of just one. So it ended up looking really cool in my opinion. And then I do that little kind of that little alcove there, just to kind of break up the flat wall a little bit. And then here we have our big snakes going in. I wanted to do something completely different and make it look like they had a really long exhibit for each snake instead of just a square box. So as you see, I raise one of them up a little bit and then take the walls all the way across. So there's going to be 2 like 2 exhibit boxes. I thought this turned out really cool, and then I used the upside down planter trick to kind of blend in the dirt. And as you see, I took it across the middle of the left side there to give it that look that the that one exhibit goes all the way across. So yeah, I thought it turned out really good. I wasn't sure how it was going to look because it was, you know, going through the one box, and the plants and everything that stick up through that dirt, you can't really tell that they're going through it. So everything turned out really good. I was very happy with it. And then here you see I'm putting the screens all the way across from one through the inside of the exhibit there, so that the pictures all blend in as the same color and everything. And then just to give you an idea, I just try to blend in the rocks and the plants for all of them. This was really tight spaces to work in. Super hard to get in there to do anything. So I cut a bunch of that footage out just because it was really kind of nauseating to watch. Using these vines as kind of like driftwood and stuff in this one. I thought that was really cool. I don't know why I didn't ever use them that way before. But yeah, here again with the glass, wasn't completely lining up as well as I wanted it to, but I didn't want to split anything, so I just did the best I could. Luckily I had the ends where I could overlap and cover it with wall, so it wasn't so bad. And this here, I do put it down here on the floor, so you kind of get that feel that, okay, this is one full exhibit here on the bottom and one on the top. I just had to check to make sure that they were both constrictors before I wrote it out here, and got yelled at in the comments for being incorrect. But here, I thought I was being smart. That's how I did it, but trying to select the individual letters was a big problem. And then I didn't have them moved out, so it was kind of glitching and everything. Just wanted to show you that. So the easier way for me was to group it and just do one full word at a time. And then if I needed to move anything, it would select the entire group just by one click. So yeah, I thought that looked really cool. So here you'll see the outside is not done. There's no roof. It is just the inside. We're doing a little walkthrough. Put a little advertisement up there in the hall, the bathroom hall, for my YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button for me. That would be awesome. And we come over this way, we have our poison frogs, conservation boards and everything. Bunch of little information signs. This is the golden frog. Try to look around for them a little bit. These guys are really hard to see. They have such a huge box for such a little frog. I do kind of wish they were different size exhibit boxes to work with. But I did find him. He's on the little wall there. So on the inside of the glass. Build a giant natural looking exhibit, and he hangs out on the glass. And then we got the red-eye tree frog. I look around a little bit for him. I don't think I ever found it though. And then over here we have the other tree frog. I can't remember what they're called, but he's right there in the middle. Yeah, I really like the way this is coming out. I do a lot more decorating in this building than I have previously, which really adds a lot of different dimension to everything. There we got our big green iguana just looking at us. Yeah, I wish you didn't see the seams for the glass, but I didn't want to put anything up in between there to block it. I just wanted it to look like one large piece of glass. So yeah, that was our iguana wall. All of the different information boards. You'll see right over there I have the headphones that were made by Sparrow on the workshop. I saw Gunther use them, and I told him I was going to steal his ideas in one of my builds, which it's not exactly the same as what he had, but I had to include those little headphones. They're pretty cool looking, especially for the bullfrog area, because I think just about every zoo that has a bullfrog will have some sort of sound device so you can hear what they sound like. Yeah, I looked around everywhere for this Goliath frog, and I could not find him. I think I had to crawl way back in here, and he's back there in the water. And that frog there on the wall with the crown, if anybody can tell me what that looks like, I'll give you a big thumbs up. I don't know. My 8-year-old thought it was funny that I included it. I'll give you a hint. It's from a video game, an old one. So drop your ideas in the comment. Let me know what you think it's from. That's another part of the wall back there that I do decorate a little more. Yeah, I was trying to find this axolotl and I couldn't find him. All of these exhibits, I have them set up so that it just keeps one animal, or two, I'm sorry, a male and female in each exhibit, and then it just automatically sells off everything else according to age. So that way I don't get overrun with a bunch of notifications that it's overcrowded and stuff. Once I do get the roof on and everything, it really brings another feel for this whole building. It really brings it to life. Yeah, here I stopped looking so hard for him. I look a little bit, but couldn't find him. So I move on to the next one. Lots of information right there in the middle. And then there's the habitat that I split up, or the exhibit that I split up, just to kind of make it look like there's 3 different ones, but it is just the same exhibit. Because this is kind of what it's like at an actual zoo. There'll just be a few different windows all in the same area. Of course, they usually have different animals in them, but couldn't really do that here. I do wish that some of the seams would have blended together a little bit better on the walls, but it is what it is. And here I just realized I forgot to put my trim around these windows here, so I will have to go back and do that. But yeah, as you see, to me it really does look like just 2 very long exhibits. Really happy with the way that turned out. So yeah, I know a lot of these snakes will have just kind of low, shallow exhibits. So yeah, that was this part of the build. Thanks for coming. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.